Jean-Claude Van Damme, often nicknamed the Muscles from Brussels, is a Belgian martial artist and action star who rose to international fame in the late 1980s and 1990s with films like Bloodsport, 1988, Kickboxer, 1989, Universal Soldier, 1992, and Time Cop, 1994. His explosive fighting style and screen presence made him one of the biggest action icons of his era. But behind the success, Van Damme faced severe personal struggles that threatened to derail both his career and his life. In the mid-1990s, he developed a serious cocaine addiction, reportedly consuming up to 10 grams daily and spending $10,000 a week on the drug. He was arrested for driving under the influence in 1999. After several failed rehab attempts, he overcame his addiction through cold turkey methods and intense exercise. Van Damme has also been open about his mental health. Diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 1998, he has described extreme mood swings and continues to manage his condition with medication. Despite these challenges, Van Damme rebuilt his public image and maintained his acting career, appearing in films like Minions, Rise of Gru, 2022, and The Gardener, 2025. In April 2025, he became involved in a legal controversy. Romanian authorities received a criminal complaint alleging that Van Damme knowingly engaged in sexual relations with 5 trafficked women during an event in Cannes, where they were reportedly presented to him as a gift. The women's attorney claimed they were in vulnerable states, potentially exploited under Romanian law. The case is part of a broader human trafficking investigation that began in 2020. Van Damme's representatives have denied the allegations, calling them grotesque and non-existent, and Romanian authorities have not confirmed his involvement. The next step may involve the French High Court of Cassation authorizing proceedings. Van Damme's life reflects both immense talent and profound personal struggle. From battling addiction and managing bipolar disorder to facing serious legal allegations, his story remains complex and evolving. Often, a picture paints 1,000 words. And for David, the American singer-songwriter who broke through with hits like Here With Me and Romantic Homicide, the picture once painted was one of rising stardom and raw emotional talent. But now, the image has shifted. David is back in the spotlight, this time for all the wrong reasons. On September 8, 2025, Los Angeles police made a grim discovery. Inside the front trunk of a Tesla, impounded at a Hollywood tow yard, officers found the severely decomposed body of a teenage girl. The vehicle was registered to David Anthony Burke, known professionally as the singer David. The victim was identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who had been reported missing from Lake Elsinore, California, more than a year earlier in April 2024, when she was just 13. Her body was discovered wrapped in plastic. Despite advanced decomposition, investigators noted a tattoo on her right index finger reading "Shh," a detail that confirmed her identity. The car had been towed from a Hollywood Hills neighborhood before the discovery. After identification, LAPD's Robbery Homicide Division launched a full investigation. Authorities executed a search warrant at a Hollywood Hills home where David had been staying. Electronics and other evidence were seized for forensic review. At this stage, no cause of death has been determined. Autopsy and toxicology results are pending. Celeste's body was eventually released to her family, and a vigil was held in Lake Elsinore, where the community mourned her loss. Reports also noted she had a history of running away, highlighting possible vulnerabilities in her home life. The discovery placed intense scrutiny on David. So far, he has not been charged with any crime, and his representatives state he is cooperating fully with investigators. Following the revelation, he canceled his U.S. tour and withdrew from public appearances. Meanwhile, fans and media outlets have circulated speculation linking the singer to the victim, including alleged social media connections and references in past creative work. Police, however, have not confirmed any direct involvement by D4vd in Rivas's death. The investigation remains ongoing. Rodrigo Duterte, former president of the Philippines from 2016 to 2022 and longtime mayor of Davao City, is facing charges before the International Criminal Court. Once celebrated for reducing crime in Davao City, launching the ambitious Build infrastructure program, and enacting social welfare reforms for the poor, Duterte earned praise for his bold, decisive governance. Known as a straight-talking, no-nonsense leader, he was credited with modernizing infrastructure, tackling poverty, and maintaining public order, though his methods and rhetoric often drew criticism from human rights advocates, signaling the controversies that would later overshadow his legacy. Yet these achievements now stand in stark contrast to the grave allegations before the ICC. On March 7, 2025, the ICC issued an arrest warrant accusing him of crimes against humanity, murder linked to his war on drugs between November 2011 and March 2019. He was surrendered to ICC custody on March 12th, appeared before judges by video on March 14th, and now awaits a confirmation of charges hearing scheduled for September 23, 2025. Prosecutors allege Duterte acted as an indirect co-perpetrator in killings as both mayor and president. The charge sheet cites 76 deaths, including incidents in Davao City from 2013 to 2016, high-value target operations in 2016 to 2017, and broader clearance raids in 2016 to 2018. He is accused of encouraging or authorizing extrajudicial killings, supporting death squads, and providing arms and coordination. More killings are suspected beyond those listed. The Philippines withdrew from the Rome Statute in 2019, but the ICC asserts jurisdiction because the crimes allegedly occurred while the country was still a member. His defense disputes this and questions his fitness to stand trial, citing cognitive concerns. Death toll estimates vary. Police admit to thousands killed, while human rights groups say the figure could reach 30,000. Public opinion in the Philippines remains split. Supporters hail Duterte's tough stance on crime, while critics condemn widespread abuses. As of September 2025, Duterte has not been convicted. The ICC case is still in the pre-trial phase, with judges yet to decide if it will move forward to a full. And now, what does this all mean? 3 names, 3 worlds apart. Yet bound by one career-ending thread, the battle between image and accusation, between the person they built and the shadow that follows. Jean-Claude Van Damme wrestles with inner demons long before the law came knocking. David faces a tragedy so dark it blurs the line between fame and fate. And Rodrigo Duterte, a man once seen as justice incarnate, now stands accused of wielding justice like a weapon. In each story, innocence is not merely a verdict, it's a performance, a test of how much truth can survive in the court of public perception. Perhaps what we're witnessing is not guilt or innocence, but the cost of power, fame, and the masks they force us to wear. When the line between hero and villain begins to blur, can a public figure ever truly prove their innocence? Or does perception become the final judge? Are these cases reflections of individual choices or symptoms of larger systems, fame, politics, and power that inevitably corrupt those who rise too high? I've presented the 3 crimes, Now the jury, that's you, delivers your verdict. The case reopens in the comments.